Hello, this is part 2 of adrenergic system. Today I'm going to talk about the receptor. So before starting, first of all, let's define what is receptor. Receptor is any micromolecule to which any ligand bind. The ligand may be certain neurotransmitters, hormones, drugs, or any chemical substances, and it produces a biological action. Then it is called a receptor. Now, there are two types of adrenergic receptor. They are alpha and beta. Now, the beta receptor is again subdivided into beta 1, beta 2 and beta 3. Now, let's see the beta 1 receptor. The beta 1 receptor is present in heart and juxtaglomerular cells in kidney. Okay, I have told that you remember thing that heart, there is only one heart, and so beta 1, and there is two bronchi, there is two lung, so there is beta 2. That is remembering part. Now, beta 1 is selective agonist is dobutamine and selective antagonist is metoprolol and atenolol. Okay, what is antagonist means? It facilitated the substance to bind with particular receptor. Antagonist, it does not allow the particular receptor to bind with the particular substance to bind with the particular receptor, and they are metoprolol, atenolol. They are the selective antagonist. Now, the potency for adrenaline of this beta receptor is more than the noradrenaline, or equal, maybe equal. Now, beta 2, they are found in bronchi, blood vessels, uterus, liver, GIT, urinary tract, and eye. Okay, its selective agonist is salbutamol, terbutaline, and its antagonist, selective antagonist is alpha methyl propanolol. Okay, what is this ICI 118551? When the drug name is not given to the certain drug, when the drug name is not given to that medicine or to that drug, then we write this type of name. Okay, these are the recently found drug, this ICI 118551. Now, the potency of this beta 2 for adrenaline is more, okay, than this noradrenaline. And beta 3, they are found in adipose tissue, detrusal muscle of bladder, and selective agonist for beta 3 is mirabegron, and selective antagonists are this type of numbers. I'm not telling that, it's so confusing what type of number is this. It is not so important, so I'm not telling that. Okay, the potency of this beta 3 is more for noradrenaline and less for adrenaline. Okay, this is also another mnemonics. The alpha always constrict and beta dilate. Okay, there are some exceptions, but mostly alpha constrict, beta dilate. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the alpha receptors, where they are found in their selective agonist and antagonist. Now, this is the alpha 1. Okay, this is the alpha 1 receptor. Its location is in the post junctional on effector organs, means where the receptor receptor or neurotransmitter will bind and show effect, means noradrenaline release. We have seen in this my first lecture, that my first video, the noradrenaline release from the norm ending and it bind with the alpha receptor present on the effector tissue or effective organs. So location is on the post junctional on effector organs. Now, alpha 2 receptor is found in pre-junctional on nerve ending and also post-junctional in brain, but not post-junctional on nerve ending. It is pre-junctional on nerve ending in pancreatic beta cells and extra-junctional in certain blood vessels and platelets. Okay, it is not so important, but remember that it is pre-junctional, okay, on the nerve ending. And now, alpha 1, its functional served, it's where it act is where these receptors are present and what effect these show, that is that function in the GU smooth muscles. I think this is GI smooth muscles. No, this is GU smooth muscles. Okay, I'm also confused. What is this Zeus smooth muscle? These contractions, and in the blood vessels there is vasoconstrictions. Okay, alpha always constrictions, but in the case of this gland, got the relaxations. In gland there is secretions. Now alpha 2. Now this is mostly inhibition function. So just remember that there is inhibition of the transmitter release. Okay, although you can also read, but this is from the KD Tripathi book. Okay. Now its selective agonist is phenylephrine and its selective antagonist is prazosin. Okay, this is alpha 1 receptor. In alpha 2, its selective agonist is clonidine and its selective antagonist of alpha 2 receptor is yohimbine or riboswin. Okay, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to remember that. The coupling protein is GQ, and in alpha 2 there is GI. Okay, this means there is inhibition, and GQ means there is stimulations. Okay, and beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, they are all the stimulatory. GS protein means there, and there is a stimulated protein. Okay, now this GI means it will decrease CAMP. Okay, it will do the cell hyperpolarization. It will make the cell more negative, electronegative. Now effector pathway is, look, GQ is always to this IP3DAJ pathway that will increase, and phospholipase will increase. It's okay, which will increase calcium release, which will do the depolarization, which will which will open the okay, which will phosphorylate the enzymes. Okay, and what that they do, this will make the cell active. Okay, this will stimulate the cell, and this will decrease the CAMP. Okay, this is cyclin adenosine monophosphate. Okay, this will open the potassium channel. Okay, potassium, this will open the potassium channel, and potassium go from inside of the cell to outside, and there is electronegativity in the inside of the cell. Okay, there is decrease in calcium or increase. Now okay, this much for the receptor. Now another part is, let's in another part.